Would you be down to do a sequel, Ghosted 2?
I would be down to do it. I never thought a honeymoon adventure. That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, to dive on in, Ghosted, this is your first big action movie as a director.
Yep.
So I was so curious, what was it like to step into this genre after spending a lot of time on character-focused pieces like Rocket Man, Eddie the Eagle, etc.?
I mean, I kind of applied the same kind of ethos, really. I wanted to make sure the characters were as genuine as possible, and the story we were telling about these two people trying to find love, because it's a romance, essentially, that stayed authentic. But the action was something that I've been dying to do for a long time, ever since, I watched films back in the 70s and 80s and Romancing the Stone and, all these kind of great, Raiders of the Lost Ark, these films that I grew up on. And so to have that opportunity was really exciting, but also to try and, like I say, maintain that kind of character-driven authenticity as well was a real challenge, but I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, and I mean, you have Ana de Armas and Chris Evans in the lead roles, and their chemistry has been lauded since their Knives Out roles opposite each other. So what was it like to bring them back together, especially for an adventure of this magnitude?
Well, look, that's the gift that keeps on giving. That's the great thing about when we, Chris brought me the project very early on, and I saw what a great opportunity there was there for him, because he's a very great comedic actor, and there's a really good, comedic premise in this of some guy who lives a very safe life suddenly finding himself completely out of his depth, and that's really funny when you imagine it's Chris Evans, because that's not how you imagine him. And equally with Anna, she has all this incredible kind of power and strength and focus. And to give her a whole movie where she really gets to show that was a lot of fun. But also, she created this great character who's very closed emotionally and won't give her heart to anybody. And he's the complete opposite of that. So that was really good. But their natural friendship is a massive bonus to that. And I exploited it every chance that I got.
I love that you mentioned, Chris being kind of the damsel in distress in this movie. It had to be especially funny after years of him, being Captain America or being in The Gray Man and doing the villain. And so was he happy to just be able to chill while Anna took on most of the action? You've
no idea how happy he was. He was very happy sitting in the chair. No, that looks great. What do? I just sit here? Fantastic. Really good. Fun. But then, he has a wealth of experience as well. And what he would contribute when the time was right, look, I mean, he's a great collaborator. And if he had ideas and stuff, I'd be like, what do you think, Chris? It's we could try that. It wasn't like he just was hey, I'm not involved. He's a producer and brought all of that experience and power to bear. So it was like having another great collaborator on there. And when he needed to do some fighting, which he does, he's excellent at it. So you can't underestimate the value of having a Chris Evans on set. It's always good.
Of course. And, you've also got another reunion that will probably blow up the internet. So how did the Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, Chris Evans scene come about?
There was ideas in the script about, these should be cameos. They'd be really good as cameo moments, which was undeniable. Although the sequence is very important because it kind of shows how dangerous the world is that they're in, there was a great opportunity for those cameos. And look, those guys all know each other really well and go way back. I know Sebastian a little bit. And obviously Mackie and Chris thought it was hysterically funny that they were both in this same scene together. They think that's just, brilliant, which I got to agree. I think Mackie's great. And then there was John Cho. I was like, if you're asking me who to ask, could you ask John Cho? And the producer went, that's a good idea. And she came back and went, yeah, he said yes. So I was like, amazing. So great. So I got three amazing people, and then Ryan was like, hey, I want to do something, because him and Chris are pals as well. So we kind of made up that moment, and it plays really well. It's, what I think people who are in the industry And filmmakers know that it's hard to make a good film, and we all want to do the best we can, and we all want to be a part of helping people that we like and care about and make the best films they can. People want to put out good content for people to watch, enjoy, and watch again and go, oh, I love that. And it's hard, but that's the job, you know. And it's if you can help someone be good at their job, why would you not want to do that? People generally are good and friendly and nice and want to contribute, you know. So that's the benefit and the bonus of that, really.
You know, one final question before I go, I've got to ask after that ending: is Sadie's spy career over now that she's found Cole, or could we see another honeymoon adventure for the pair or something like that? Would you be down to do a sequel, Ghosted 2?
I would be down to do it. I never thought a honeymoon adventure. That sounds brilliant. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, the idea was seeing them both have a life after, you know, seeing the life beyond them now being together, we say 3 months later. But and the door is kind of left open. That wasn't always the intention. You know, it was more I wanted to make sure the audience go, oh, yeah, they are together. They worked it out. She's still a spy and he's working up towards what he wants to do. But it could be, you know, I think it'd be really interesting if they're getting married on a remote beach somewhere and something goes wrong. That sounds great. Roasted.
I would tune in.
Toasted. Hosted. Yeah, I've got to think of another title.
You brainstorming.
Yeah, thanks. All good stuff, Graham.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I loved the film. It was great speaking with you.